The fallout from Juventus versus Empoli. A look at Matthijs de Ligt's recent interview. Juventus gunning for Zaniolo in the summer mercato. New plans for the Super League to be reintroduced. And a preview look at the Coppa Italia semi-final against Fiorentina. Stay tuned! Coming in at number 5, yes, that's right, Zaniolo is the first goal and the priority of Juventus in the summer mercato. That is, if Paulo Dybala is to be gone and fails to renew his contract, at Juventus. It is reported that Zaniolo's current contract with Roma expires in 2024, and it is reported by Nico Schria that he is not going to renew his contract with Roma, and this will potentially lead him to Juventus. Roma's general manager Thiago Pinto stated that will Zaniolo for sure play for Roma next season. He was quoted saying, "I can't guarantee that, and no one can." Coming in at number 4, Matthijs de Ligt's full interview with a Dutch channel over in the Netherlands. On the Scudetto race, he was stated saying that in the past games, Inter, Milano and Napoli are continuing to lose points, and now we are only 7 points. A miracle should happen, but the situation already looks better than 13 games ago. On the acquisition of Vlahovic, he was stated saying that when I played against him, I had already noticed how strong and technically good he was, and what really impressed me is his motivation to score. He almost called his teammates if he didn't get the ball. I needed a striker like him in front. And obviously the main thing that you're here for, on leaving Juventus, he was stated that saying that we are still competing on 3 fronts, and I'm really enjoying it here. I have noticed that I learn more every week, and I like this a lot. What Mino said already happened 3 months ago. So many things can change in this time. At the moment, I am concentrating completely on this season. So make of it what you will. Will Matthijs de Ligt leave this season or will he stay? It's obviously a big talking point in the Juventus community at the moment and in football in general, obviously. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the summer mercato. But we hope Matthijs de Ligt stays. Let us know in the comments below what you think of this interview with Matthijs de Ligt. Will he stay or will he go? Coming in at number 3, the fallout from Juventus versus Empoli. And what an interesting game it was. In the end, Juventus get all 3 points at Empoli. And yes, that means Juventus' unbeaten run extends to 9 games in all competitions. And we have now ended our drawing streak. It's absolutely fantastic to see. And just by going by the match and who scored in the match, obviously Dusan Vlahovic once again proving his worth at Juventus so far. And obviously making an absolute statement for himself at Juventus up front for Juve with 2 massive goals for Juventus, one in the 45th minute and the other later on in the 66th minute. Dusan Vlahovic is an absolute god. He's a legend at the moment and he's absolutely stating his worth of why he should be at Juventus. Coming in at number 2, the Super League is set to relaunch its project later this week. And interesting to say the least of what happened last year, if you remember, not only just long ago, last year in April, of when this all went down with the Super League and everyone put a stop to it, including all the teams in England and all the other teams, of course. But yes, Andrea Agnelli, who is the vice president of the Super League, with Joan Laporta from Barcelona and Florentino Perez from Real Madrid, have set to relaunch the Super League with revised plans, reintroduced with a new plan in mind. So stay tuned for Andrea Agnelli and co of their new revised plans in relation to the Super League, and we will see what is said. Just in my personal opinion, real quick, I feel that the Super League is really just a money grab from Andrea Agnelli and obviously the other 2 clubs that are involved with Real Madrid and Barcelona, of course. Now, I understand that Juventus have gone through a very hard time with obviously the COVID pandemic and not having the financial capabilities compared to the other European clubs being able to come back from the pandemic. It's been very difficult for Juventus. However, I do see this from a business standpoint, but I just don't feel it is the right approach in my opinion. I understand Andrea Agnelli's mindset from a business standpoint. I do understand that, to obviously make more money for Juventus and more revenue obviously coming into the club, which is absolutely fantastic. And obviously he has talked about over this past year about FIFA and UEFA being corrupt. We all know that they are corrupt, just being honest and transparent to you guys. But in my personal opinion, I always see the UEFA Champions League as the pinnacle competition in European football, and to be taken away, and obviously for Juventus, Real Madrid and Barcelona to be out of the competition, in my opinion, would just break my heart to see obviously us out of the Champions League and into this new Super League. I understand it from a business mind approach and from a revenue standpoint for Juventus. I understand it, but in my personal opinion, the Champions League will always be a part of Juventus's history, and obviously in Europe history, in football, and obviously as the main competition in Europe. But of course, with that being said, we'll have to wait and see what Andrea Agnelli's comments are in relation to the new Super League revised plans, and we'll just have to wait and see. So let us know in the comments below what you make of it. Coming in at number 1, yes, that's right, Coppa Italia semi-final is tomorrow, domani. That's right, against Fiorentina. This is a very, very interesting game, especially for, obviously, Juventus, but for Dusan Vlahovic, who has just recently moved from Fiorentina, if you would have known. And this will be very, very interesting how the fans from Fiorentina, the opposing side, will react to Dusan Vlahovic, seeing him in the black and white stripes. It will be very interesting and telling to see how they react. And we just got to be focused. Juventus have to be focused on the match and the task at hand. And obviously the task at hand is to win and to get into the final of the Coppa Italia. So obviously we just have to wait and see how the match plays out. But let's hope our beloved Juve makes it to the final of the Coppa Italia and we can lift that coveted trophy once again. But other than that, make sure to like and subscribe to Max Statman and let us know in the comments below what you make of these top stories of the week. Finoallafine and Forza JUVE.